Hello, everybody, and welcome to the December edition of the Fixed Income Viewpoints. Welcome, Kaustubh.
Hello, Meda.
Kaustubh, since we connected last time on this platform, that was post the October policy,
Yes.
a lot of things have changed. Till then, there was a lot of pessimism in the market and volatility too.
Yep.
Now, I guess there's much more positivity in the market, and there is some support that the bond market is also seeing now. What is your view on the events that have happened in the last 2 months?
So, Meda, over last 2 months, things have changed on macro front drastically, both at domestic level and at a global level. On global level, crude have fallen by 30%. Flows have started coming back to emerging markets, leading to appreciation of INR by about 5% over last 2 months. There has been a little bit of risk-off sentiments, or I would say some apprehension on the slowdown on the global growth. Which has led to some bit of growth concerns at a global level. On domestic level, of course, India GDP growth for second quarter surprised on the downside, and inflation, which is a key anchor for the policy, it has continued at the lower levels, and it has surprised all policymakers and market participants at large.
So, Kaustubh, in this RBI monetary policy, it seems that the stance of RBI is more or less unchanged. And so, what are the key takeaways from this policy, and what should investors expect going forward?
So it may be noted, RBI changed its stance to calibrated tightening in the last policy when market consensus was of rate hike. In hindsight, and on the developments on the macro front, it looks like it was a great call from RBI. As we speak, RBI has lowered its inflation projection by about 100 to 80 basis points for next 6 months. They have maintained growth projection at 7.4% with some downside risk. The key takeaway, I would say, is twofold. The first thing is RBI clearly laid emphasis that inflation is what they are targeting for, and if inflation continues to be within their target range, or the upside risk doesn't materialize, then they are open to rate actions on other side. The second thing, RBI also made it clear that OMO is a preferred tool of infusing liquidity, and the elevated amount of OMO which are currently underway may continue till March of 2019. Resultantly, markets which were factoring in about 100 basis of rate hike in September policy are now factoring no more rate hikes over next 6 to 12 months.
So, Kaustubh, let's talk a bit about the credit market now. There were some concerns about the NBFC sector. How is it placed now, and what are our views on it?
Broadly, view remains the same. We don't see any solvency or liquidity issues in these NBFCs and housing finance companies. However, in our understanding, risk need to be priced well, which markets will take cognizant of, and we'll see better pricing incrementally.
And so, in this backdrop, now that things have improved, how are our portfolios positioned? What are the investment strategies that we are looking at, and what should investors expect now?
Look, over the last 9 months, we have played out 3 broad strategies. The first one is we went underweight duration since second half of last year. Over last 3 months, we have started adding duration actively. The second strategy that we played out is that we went underweight corporate bonds and we went long GSEC. The call was largely driven by a large amount of OMO that we were able to cite about 3 to 4 months back. The call has paid off quite decently. The third strategy that we have played out over last 1 year is that we went underweight NBFC and housing finance as a sector. As we speak, we are in the process of unwinding the first 2 calls. That is, we at margin we remain constructive on duration, but this duration will be largely driven by corporate bonds instead of GSEC incrementally. Also, on NBFCs and housing finance, you will see some portion of our portfolio, they'll start adding good quality names, but we will continue to remain underweight by and large over NBFC and housing finance as a sector.
So, Kaustubh, in this scenario, which other funds would you recommend investors to look into?
Last 6-8 months, liquid fund has been quite rewarding for the investors, but in our understanding, time has come to move away from liquid fund and to start looking to add duration across portfolios. For institutional investors, I would suggest them to move to Aditya Birla Sun Life Corporate Bond Fund and Aditya Birla Sun Life Banking and PSU funds. These are predominantly AAA corporate bond funds, and AAA corporate bonds, they are quite attractively priced even after a bit of rally over last 30-35 days. For retail investors, I would suggest them to continue to look at Aditya Birla Sun Life Low Duration Fund, Aditya Birla Sun Life Short Term Opportunities Funds, and our Credit Risk Funds. As carry in these funds are quite attractive, and so in my view, for the long term investors, these funds are quite rewarding as we speak.
Okay, Kaustubh, thank you for chatting up with us.
Thank you, Vidya.
Thank you, viewers, for being with us.
Thank
Till
you.
our next edition, see you again.
Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.